who many people try to reach, so I ask now that we silence all of our electronics so that we might have no unfortunate interruptions along the process. እሺ አመሰግናለሁ። የተከበሩት ዶክተር ሳህል አብዱላ የኢፌዴሪ የጤና ሚኒስቴር ሚኒስትር ዴታ Your Excellency Dr. Sahal Abdullah, State Minister of Health at the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia's Ministry of Health, Ms. Adele Koder, UNICEF representative here in Ethiopia, Dr. Roger Turnell, Professor Emeritus of Obstetrics and Gynecology at the University of Alberta, our artists who brought the song and the music video that we are about to launch to life, the two wonderful vocalists, Zaritu Kabbede and Tadele Gametu, the producer, bass player extraordinaire, and UNICEF National Ambassador Thomas Govena, and the director of the music video, the famous Daniel Tamrat, to all who were involved in the making of this powerful piece of art. To you all, our distinguished invited guests who have made time in your very busy schedules to be here with us on this wonderful occasion, I say, እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ, welcome and thank you for being here with us. ጥሪያችንን አክብራችሁ ስለመጣችሁ ከልብ እናመሰግናለን. Thank you. Also to all of you who are part of the UN, happy UN Day. My name is Munit Mesfin, and as a mother of 3 beautiful children, 2 of whom were born here in Ethiopia, as the daughter of a woman who worked in UNICEF for 20 years, my mother is over there, Dr. Tabish Rishal, yes. As an artist who loves singing about social issues and who believes in the power of arts to bring about positive social change, it is my absolute pleasure to be your host as we launch Lib Yaleh, If You Have a Heart. How excited are we for this video launch? ሴቶች ግን እልልታ በቃ ቆማችሁ ማለት ነው በኢትዮጵያ? አይ This song, produced by Thomas Govena, performed beautifully by Zaritu and Tadele in Amharic and Oromifa respectively, and directed by Daniel, tells this powerful, touching story of a family who, on the brink of absolute joy and in anticipation of a wonderful moment and new birth in their family, make a choice that you will have to see in the video. So a little suspense about what happens within the song. The song and video is another drop in the ocean of maternal and newborn health, a powerful tool to raise awareness on the importance of ensuring that Ethiopia's mothers to be receive proper prenatal and antenatal care, and that they need to deliver their babies with skilled birth attendants in health facilities for their and their newborns' best outcomes. Birth is a magical, powerful, and critical moment. It's the moment when the miracle of life occurs in a woman and a family's life. It is also a moment when a mother-to-be has to be the most protected, supported, encouraged, loved, and assisted. Unfortunately, and we will hear about this more later in detail, we still have 412 maternal deaths out of 100,000 deliveries. That is still way too high. When it comes to our precious newborns, we still lose 100,000 little lives a year, and tragically, yet also somehow fortunately, 80% of these newborn deaths are preventable, which means we can do something about it. So the responsibility is on us. Motherhood is sacred, beautiful, and powerful. Mothers and women in labor are at the most critical point when they need to have the best treatment humanly possible. So that's why we are here now launching this video to help that happen. We are here to raise awareness, we are here to tell a story, because we know that the stories that we tell, the songs that we play, the way that we capture people's imagination through the arts is one of the most powerful tools. The arts, not just because I'm a singer, but the arts as a human being are one of the most powerful ways to reach someone's consciousness, someone's emotions, someone's heart. So congratulations to all of you for producing this music video that we're launching today. So a big round of applause again to all who produced it, who thought about it, who conceptualized it. And with that said, I would like to invite our first speaker to the podium, so please help me in welcoming Ms. Adele Koder, the UNICEF representative here in Ethiopia.
I can't be as eloquent as you. Okay, good evening to everyone, and thank you very much for coming. I promised that this time my speech, as head of UNICEF, sometimes most of the times you are asked to make speeches, sometimes in public events, and all the time your team writes for you statements and figures, but I decided that tonight we have to have it a little bit a light and informal night because we are talking also about probably the most precious human beings that are the newborns. You know, and I often wonder that what happens to the child when he is born. They are sometimes, most of the time, the newborns are very cute individuals, you know, and something happens along the way. So I think let's focus tonight on these cute newborns and see what the team who is here tonight has done really to be able to give them a better life. So I would like to start by welcoming Madam State Minister Saharla Abdullah, and I hope I pronounced the name right. Thank you very much for being amongst us tonight. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Professor Roger Turnell from the University of Alberta in Canada, and I know that with him started the idea of having this special video and this special song. So I would really like to acknowledge your presence very much. And of course, I would like to say thank you, a very big thank you to Tommy T, who is our UNICEF National Ambassador. For me, since I have been here only 5 months, I have the pleasure of meeting you for the first time. So thank you so much. But thank you also to the two singers, Zeritu Kebede and Tadele Gemechu, for lending your voice to children and for lending your voice to children of Ethiopia. I think they need it. I will not talk about statistics, I promise that, because others are going to talk about it. But I think the children, especially the newborns in Ethiopia, they need all our voices. And we are very happy that there are two beautiful voices. And I was telling Zeritu that I heard so much about her and how much she is a famous singer, as well as you, Tadele. So we are really waiting to hear and to see the video. As was said, it has a lot of excitement in it. But I'm also happy to welcome tonight all our partners and colleagues. And I would like to start maybe by thanking for his presence my colleague and my also friend, Solomon, from Bill Melinda Gates Foundation, who is amongst us tonight, as well as colleagues from the World Bank. I'm sorry if I don't know all the names. Colleagues also from USAID, from Vermont Group, from all the NGOs, and especially I would like to welcome as well several people that I have seen at the beginning of the reception, some of whom were lawyers, others were just business people. So in general, we don't see a lot in UNICEF of civil society, and I would like us to change that, because you know, the private sector, the lawyers, whoever works, I think, has to give their voice to children, especially in a country that has such a large number of children as Ethiopia. So I want to thank you all for being with us here tonight to launch this important video. And I hope that it will serve the purpose that we really wanted to serve it. So enjoy the evening, and let's make it a very relaxed environment. Thank you.
Thank you to Ms. Khora for your remarks. We will be talking some figures later, so just prepare yourselves. I think there's good food, so eat, drink, and be merry as we go through some of the things we have to go through. At this time, I'd like to invite to the podium Her Excellency Dr. Saharla Abdullah to make her remarks to the audience. So please welcome her warmly.
I'm asking to address my keynote speech in Amharic, so I give also the English one, the English version one. So maybe I will start. Before I start, please, and I would like to also to say good evening, everyone, and also ክቡራት አምባሳደሮች፣ Your Excellency Adel Kahor, ጥሪ የተደረገላችሁ እንግዶች፣ ክቡራትና ክቡራን፣ ከሁሉ አስቀድሜ በኢትዮጵያ ያለው የእናቶችና የህፃናት ሞት ለመቀነስ በመናደርገው ከፍተኛ ርብርብ የበኩላችሁን ድጋፍ ለማድረግ ልብ ያለህ በሚል በብዙ ጥረትና እውቀት የተዘጋጀውን የማህበረሰብ የተግባቦትን መልእክት ማስታወቂያ መድረክ ላይ ሁላችሁም እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ፣ እንኳን ደህና ቆያችሁ ማለት እወዳለሁ። የጤና ሚኒስቴር በኢትዮጵያ ያለውን የእናቶችና ህፃናትን ጤንነት ማሻሻል የሚያስችሉ የተለያዩ ፖሊሲዎችን፣ መርሃ ግብሮችን፣ የአሰራር ስልቶችንና የተግባቦት ስራዎችን አውጥቶ ተግባራዊ በማድረግ ላይ ይገኛል። ከ2008 እስከ 2012 ዓመተ ምህረት ተግባራዊ በተደረገው የጤናው ዘርፍ የሽግግር ቅድመ እቅድ ሄልት ሴክተር ትራንስፎርሜሽናል ፕላን የእናቶችና ህፃናት ጤና አገልግሎት ትልቅ ትኩረት ተሰጥቶት በርካታ ስራዎች ተሰርተዋል። 55 በመቶ የሚሆነው የህፃናት ሞትን የሚሸፍነው የጨቅላ ህፃናት ሞት ሲሆን ከዚሁም ትልቅ ትኩረት ሰርተን እየሰራን ሲሆን በቅርቡ ከተሰራው መለስተኛ የስነ ህዝብ ጤና ዳሰሳ ጥናትን መሰረት በየአመቱ በህይወት ከሚወለዱት 1000 ህፃናት ውስጥ 30 የሚሆኑት የጨቅላ ህፃናት እንደሚመቱ ጥናቱ አረጋግጧል። በተመሳሳይ በጤናው ዘርፍ አመታዊ ግምገማ የመረጃ ትንተናዎችንና እንዲያሳየን እንዲሁም በየአመቱ 100,000 ጨቅላ ህፃናት በመከላከል በምንችላቸው በሽታዎች ህይወታቸው እንደሚያልፍም ለማወቅ ተችሏል። በአሁኑ ጊዜ በምናዘጋጃቸው የሁለተኛው የጤናው ዘርፍ የሽግግር እቅድ የጤና አገልግሎትን ጥራት ለማሻሻል የእናቶችና ጨቅላ ህፃናትን ሞት ለመቀነስ ትልቅ ትኩረት ሰጥተን የምንሰጠው አገልግሎት ይሆናል። ከቅርብ ጊዜ ወዲህም በጤና ተቋማት የሚወለዱ የእናቶች ቁጥር እየጨመረ በመሆኑ ይህንን አጋጣሚ በመጠቀም የጤና አገልግሎት ጥራት እንዲሻሻል በማድረግ የእናቶችና ጨቅላ ህፃናትን ቁጥር እንዲቀንስ ማድረግ ይቻላል። ለዚህም እውን ለመሆን የጤና ሚኒስቴር የጤና አገልግሎት የጥራትና አንድ ጤናው ዘርፍ ሽግግር ትግበራ ትኩረት ሰጥተን የምንሰራበት ይሆናል። ከዚህም በተጨማሪ በጤና አገልግሎት ጥራት ላይ ማህበረሰቡ ተሳትፎ ለማሻሻል በጤና ኤክስቴንሽን መርሃ ግብር በኩል ስራዎችን አጠናክረን እየሰራን እንገኛለን። የእናቶችን በጤና ተቋማት እንዲወልዱ በማድረግ የእናቶችን ጨቅላ ህፃናት ሞት ለመቀነስ እናቶችን መሰረት ያደረገ የተግባቦት መልእክት በማዘጋጀት ለህብረተሰቡ ተደራሽ ማድረግ ጠቀሜታው የጎላ እንደሆነ የታወቀ ነው። በዚሁ እውቀትና ጥበብ በመዝሙርና በምስል የተዘጋጀው ልብ ያለህ የተግባቦት መልእክት ታካሚዎችን በሚማርክ መንገድ እያዝናና ትምህርት ሰጪ መልእክት በመሆኑ የተፈለገውን መልእክት በመስጠት በሚያስችል መንገድ በቀላሉ ለእናቶችና ለማህበረሰቡ ተደራሽ ማድረግ ይቻላል። ይህም መልእክቱ የተሰራው በኢትዮጵያውያን ታዋቂ የኪነ ጥበብ ባለሙያዎች በመሆኑ የበለጠ ተወዳጅና ተደማጭ የሚኖረው ስለሚሆን ትልቅ የጠባይ ለውጥ የሚያመጣ የተግባቦት መልእክት ይሆናል ብለን እናስባለን። በቀጣይም የሌሎች የሀገራችን ታዋቂ ኪነ ጥበብ ባለሙያዎች በሌሎች የጤና አገልግሎት ላይ አስተማሪና ታካሚን ተኮር ያደረገ ዘላቂ የጠባይ ለውጥ የሚያመጡ የተግባቦት ስራዎችን ከጤና ሚኒስቴርና ከሌሎች አጋር ድርጅቶች ጋር በመሆን እንደምትሰሩ ባለሙሉ እምነት ነኝ። በመጨረሻም በዚህ የተግባቦት መልእክት ዝግጅት ላይ ተሳትፎ ያደረጋችሁ የኪነ ጥበብ ባለሙያዎች አርቲስት ዘሪቱ ከበደና ታደለ ገመቹ በጣም ከልብ ልናመሰግናችሁ እንወዳለን። እንዲሁም የማስተዋወቅ መድረኩን ያዘጋጁት የተባበሩት መንግስታት የህፃናት መርጃ ድርጅት ዩኒሴፍ፣ ኢትዮጵያና ሌሎችም ትልቅ ድርጅቶች ምስጋና ማቅረብ እፈልጋለሁ። በቀጣይም የተግባቦት መልእክቱ ለእናቶች እና ለማህበረሰብ በሬዲዮ እና በቴሌቪዥን በምናስተላለፍበት ጊዜ እንዲሁም ለሚዲያ አካልም ድጋፋችሁ እንደማይለየን ባለሙሉ እምነት ነኝ። የእናቶችን ጨቅላ ህፃናትን የመቀነስ ጥራት ያለው አገልግሎት ለሁሉም እናቶች ለማዳረስ ሁላችንም በጋራ እንስራ። እጅግ አድርጌ ያመሰግናል። Thank you everyone for listening me. I think she can translate you the English version one, so
Thank you very much to Her Excellency. እጅግ በጣም እናመሰግናለን እኛ. Just to let you know, this is also being aired live, so this is also an important thing to reach as many people as possible. I will now read the message from Her Excellency in English. Excellencies and Ambassadors, Ms. Adele Koda, UNICEF Representative, UNICEF Ethiopia Goodwill Ambassador, Tommy T, Artist Zeritu Kabede and Tadele Gametu. Reducing maternal and newborn mortality is a top Ministry of Health priority, especially neonatal, which accounts for 55% of all annual under 5 deaths. Currently, 30 babies per 1,000 newborns are dying each year, and this has not changed since 2016. Our recent ARM analysis shows that 100,000 newborn babies die every year from preventable causes. The second health sector transformation plan will prioritize the reduction of maternal and newborn death, especially through improving the quality of care. The good news, more mothers now choose to deliver in health facilities than before. We must use this opportunity to save their lives and their babies through improved quality of care. The Ministry of Health is leading quality of care improvement through making it a national health sector transformation priority. The Ministry of Health is also leading efforts to improve community participation and engagement through the globally renowned Health Extension Program. The ministry welcomes efforts by UNICEF and others to emphasize the message that more mothers and babies can be saved through delivering in health facilities. Messages like this song and video can reach communities in ways that combine entertainment and education. It can easily be understood as it conforms to the local context using well-known Ethiopian talent. We thank you to Zaritu and Taddele for giving priority to women and children in Ethiopia. Personal note, I have been a fan since I was young and I'm happy to join you this evening. I'm also a fan, but she said it. Thank you to UNICEF for organizing this launch. This is only the beginning. I hope this song will enjoy massive airplay on our radio and TV stations so that it reaches every family and community. Let's act together to reduce maternal and newborn deaths. That is the end of the message. Thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to call to the podium now Dr. Roger Turnell, who, as I said earlier, is the Professor Emeritus of Obstetrics and Gynecology at the University of Alberta for his remarks. Welcome him warmly.
Do you have a pointer? When I came this evening, I, as most physicians, come to a talk with a pocket full of slides. And Victor asked me to lighten it up because the audience wasn't all health professionals. So I will dash through some of these, but I will talk to them as I go. The authors on the top there are the three people on the Canadian team, plus all of the Ethiopian team and the workers, of which midwives are here represented this evening, that are responsible for making this song happen. And that the Michael Frischkopf is a professor of music ethnography, and he told us about the power of music before, as we put in this grant, when he'd done work in Ghana and used music for public health purposes there, and how the people just grafted right to it. And so the project itself, as you can see on the slide, and I'm not going to read it, had three tiers to it. One of them was with midwifery, which is what the ministry wanted us to address. Midwives, when you go from 7 or 8 schools to 451 schools of midwifery, then things suffer on the way. The teachers become the students become the teachers very quickly. And so that was one of our legs of it. The other part was the central part that you see, which was a demonstration project out in Fiche, where we wanted to involve the people, and using the matrix that's being used by the Ethiopian ministry now for the last 3 or 4 years, and then strengthening St. Paul's as the center of excellence for maternal neonatal child health, which it was named in 2013 when we began the project. When you look on there, you'll see it's hard to find the people, and by the people I'm meaning it's hard to find the 80% of mothers who deliver at home on those slides. They're not there, and we felt that something was missing, and we had Michael pushing us all the time saying, you got to do something. And I served in the Army for 30 years, and the decisions were never made in the office. They were always made at the bar. And they were always those decisions that affected anything else. So I'm happy to say that this song began as a chance meeting with Tommy in the lobby of the Harmony Hotel, which you know is where the bar is, okay? And the first director and he got talking about it, and Tommy said, maybe we can do some music and a video and everything else. And so that theme carried through all of our training that we did. The midwives that were each of the cohorts, they reviewed all the music. They helped us with the songs as we went along. They edited, the staff edited. We tried the music out on all kinds of different audiences as we worked through the 5 years of the project. This just shows that these are the goals that we put it around, which are the Millennium, the Social Development Goals, which were the Millennium Development Goals when we started, and that. We used, and we robbed Japago for teaching, and this teaching here, because it was about mothers and babies, We used their training because it was so good, and a lot of the time, they produced it, and then we introduced it into Ethiopia. So lots of the times, this project, were the first users of it to get it out to the midwives and out to the hospitals and that for provision of care. And there is one portion that is directed at mothers and another portion that was directed at babies in the JPEGO material. And we used that to follow the ministry guidelines and use that as an enhancement for all teaching and everything that we did. This just shows very quickly where the graduates are. We graduates in 49 of 51 schools of midwifery. There are senior tutors there now teaching, and we get reports back all the time of what they're doing, that they're aiming at. This I won't bore you with, or the next one, which just described the quality improvement cycle. What I wanted to show you is, you notice here, this is a group of people. The people are not physicians. These are health professionals. This is in Fichet, where there's only one doctor. For health officers and everything else at the time that we started the project. And we used QI, and I bring this here because it shows the power of the people, and that's what we thought for the music, was if we could get it out to that 80% that we were not touching initially. And so these people were drawn from the health centers and the health posts that Fichet Hospital served. And over 200 people in quality improvement. And they decided on the projects, this is just some of the training sessions, if we can bring it together. And the power of the people is what I'm talking about here. And one of the, with training, remember I showed you the JPEGO slides? One of the things in there talks about the importance of taking these little people, these little newborns, okay, with their own personalities, and keeping them warm. And you keep them warm by actually inserting them onto the mother's chest and doing that. And so this slide shows that once we did the QI training, the people that were there decided this was their first project. And you can see the increase in skin-to-skin work that was done by the people in those areas. But more importantly, if you look at the top slide and you see that yellow slide, what you see there is an effect, okay? It's hard to read it, okay? But this is the percentage of babies, decrease in the percentage of babies that were hypothermic. Babies that become cold die, even though they're healthy. And so if you've got your normal body temperature is 37, if you've got a temperature of 35, you're gonna die as a newborn. So the skin-to-skin piece there shows the effect of going skin to skin and what it did on hypothermia prevention. The bottom slide shows the decrease in neonatal mortality. The neonatal mortality in the Fichet Hospital region was halved in that time period. It went from 20 per thousand, and the minister said 30 per thousand is very high in this country, down to 10 per thousand, okay? There were babies being saved, and these are simple maneuvers, don't cost much money. The song, for me as a project director, I must say didn't cost me much money because I had all these willing volunteers. I had Tommy, who was right in on the ground floor with us when we met the year after we had decided that we were going to do a song, again in a bar, next door in the hotel to the Harmony, to discuss the themes that we would go. And the theme that you'll see in the video and everything is a very poignant one because it has been shown to reduce maternal mortality and reduce neonatal mortality, newborn babies. And this just shows one other thing, the importance of having the right people. Fichet couldn't afford an obstetrician, so we actually gave them some money that could make up the difference because there's no private practice in Fichet. And so obstetricians in the city survive on private practice, and there's no private practice there, so we supplemented that bit. And what you can see is that the obstetric, total number of obstetric ultrasounds went from 0 with the obstetrician there to 1,282. And that the number of referrals went from 160 in 1 year to 5. And those 5 girls weren't obstetrical. They were women that required care that couldn't be given in shape. And it just goes across the board, okay? The number of abortion care and everything else that increased, having the right people present. Again, this slide just shows the 4 tiers, and what I wanted to make is the point that the red is what we did, but the song is going to be higher. The song is going to get at the people, and that's the layer that's the hardest to get at, okay? The professionals in that can only do so much, but when you've got a population that the Midwives Association has on Saturday morning that goes to 60 million people who listen to radios on their programs on Saturday morning, this is what we hope, and this is what we want to capture in that listening audience. If you've got a camera, you take a picture of that right now, or we can send it to you. But we want to evaluate what we did with the music. We want to know that it had an effect. And the only way that we're going to do it is to be able to get out there. And so this takes you to a website that right now is in both English and in Amharic, and soon to be in Oromithan as well, that will allow you to tell people who produced this what effect all of this has had. And the final slide here just shows the team that put this all together. And it's a lot of people. And a lot of people with some statements of only 1 or 2 words, okay? And I end with this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to Dr. Turnell for his presentation. He did very well. That was a lot of slides, but managed very, very well. Also, I love the fact that there was such an emphasis on midwives. Once upon a time when I was a pre-med student, I wanted to be a midwife, and all my babies were born with midwives. So I'm a very big fan of midwives, and so glad to see how much there's being emphasis on increasing. Yes, we should give a big round of applause to the midwives of the world that help us have our babies. At this time, I'm going to call onto the stage Dr. Abraham Tariku from the Maternal, Newborn, and Child Health Directorate at the Federal Ministry of Health for a brief presentation on the current situation of maternal and newborn health in Ethiopia. So please help me in welcoming Dr. Abraham to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you. Her Excellency, Ms. Sarella, State Minister of Health, Her Excellency, Ms. Adel, Representative for UNICEF, our distinguished artists, the ones we love, ladies and gentlemen from different partners, donors, all protocols observed. So I'm here because I'm sure by this time everybody is asking, why is this music video really important for Ethiopia? So I'm just here to give you a brief highlight on the status of maternal and newborn health in Ethiopia and why this music video is really important for our setting and why we all did this video in collaboration with our partners to create awareness for our society. Okay. Where do I point? I wish we could discuss at a bar about different challenges that we have in the country and come up with a solution like Professor Rogers. So when we talk about maternal and newborn health, we have a lot of indicators, but I'm not going to bore you all with the details, but I'm going to mention the specific indicators that we use in the health sector and the targets that we're striving to achieve. So in the health sector, we have what we call the Health Sector Transformational Plan. So that plan is up to 2020, and these are the targets that we set as a country. So this is to reduce maternal mortality rate to 199 per 100,000. It's not per 1,000, it's a ratio and it's per 100,000. Current figure is around 412, I'll come to that. And the other critical indicator that we're striving to achieve is increasing proportion of women having at least 4 visits of antenatal care to bring it down to, to bring it up to 95%. The other critical indicator is to increase deliveries attended by skilled health personnel, that is, it can be in a health facility to 90%. and the other is to increase postnatal care coverage to 95% by 2020, and the other is to increase what we call BMOC, Basic Obstetric Newborn Emergency Service at all health centers to 100%, and increasing availability of comprehensive emergency obstetric service at all hospitals to 100%. These are our targets for 2020 according to our health sector transformation plan. So where are we now? Okay. So this graph that you see on your left side is a UN estimate and projection. So the blue line that you see is showing under 5 mortality rate. That is the number of, to give it in a number that gives sense for all of you, the number of under 5 children that die before achieving the first 5 years. So this is 55 per 1,000 in Ethiopia currently. So 55 children die before celebrating their 5th birthday out of 1,000 under 5 children. This is what it means. So currently that's the figure. The target we're setting for SDG, Sustainable Development Goal, is around 19. So if we continue like this, we're not going to achieve our target, because we're going to lay on 29 with the blue small dots. The newborn mortality rate, the current status is 28 per 1,000. That means 28 newborns die before they celebrate their first months of life in Ethiopia currently. And to make it more sensible, around 250 newborns die in Ethiopia each day. So as a country, we did a lot when you compare it to our previous figures, because in Ethiopia just 5 years ago, if you take 2011 or 8 years ago, 2011 EDH's results, around 550 newborns used to die in Ethiopia. Around 1,500 under 5 children used to die in Ethiopia per day. Now we have deducted that number to at least 500 under 5 children per day and 250 newborns per day. So this is just to make it in a sense that gives sense for everybody. The maternal mortality ratio is currently around 412 per 100,000. And when you compare that to a global figure, we're making a lot of progress when you look at it from 2005 figure and 2010 figure, because we have been able to reduce maternal mortality ratio by half in just 5 years, as you can see. So that's a lot of numbers where you calculate it in numbers, but there's still a lot to be done in Ethiopia. Okay, so this is showing maternal and newborn health indicators like ANC for skilled birth attendance rate and postnatal care. So ANC is follow-up that pregnant women should do when they're pregnant. So they have to do 4 follow-ups. This is for the non-health professionals. So they have to do at least 4 visits to the health facility, and ANC4 is the 4th visit. So as you can see in blue, the current figure according to mini DHS 2019 is 43%. So only 43% of women in Ethiopia attend the 4th ANC follow-up. And the yellow one, I don't know, maybe I'm a color blind, or that's rose, okay, I don't know. So that is showing the skilled birth attendance rate in Ethiopia. That means the number of pregnant women who actually deliver in a health facility in Ethiopia. As you can see currently, we're leaping. From 27%, we managed to increase it to 49.8, around 50%. This is a very good progress that the health sector did, but there is a lot to be done. Only 50% of women attend their pregnancy in a health facility. You can see the risk there. So the other is postnatal care. This is the care that is given for both the newborn and the mother after they deliver. So that figure is currently 34%. So you can see where we are. This is the quality adjusted graph. That means, so we say antenatal care, but what is the quality like? So sometimes, we focus too much on the coverage, but we tend to forget on the quality. So when the mothers come for antenatal care, do they really receive a quality antenatal care service? That's one of the questions that we ask ourselves. So the green line is showing at least one indicator, iron provision for pregnant women. And you can see that the current status is, as I told you, the ANC4 is 43%, but only 10.6% of those received iron. So still there is a lot to be done on the quality of service that we're giving for our population. So what are the major challenges? So the first, as you can see, is low coverage of antenatal care. So mothers are not coming to health facilities for follow-up. That is the first challenge. They should come as early as possible. The other challenge is they may come, but sometimes they come really late. So this has, like when you speak in like medical terms, if they come early, you can give them a lot of assistance, so they have to come early. The other challenge that we have is inadequate availability and quality of basic and emergency obstetric and newborn care services in our facilities. So this is something we're working on as a government. The other is low coverage of the proportion of HIV positive deliveries who receive a full course of antiretroviral prophylaxis. This is a drug given for HIV positive mothers. So they should all receive the drug. I mean, the children, the newborns should receive the prophylaxis, but as you can see, some of them are not receiving. The other challenge that we have as a country is low coverage of postnatal care. Neonatal intensive care units in the country are not adequate in number. So when we continue to the challenge, only 30% of health facilities have improved water sources, so our health facilities need to work on their infrastructure. 41% of health facilities have mean availability of drug tracer items, so we need to avail all the necessary drugs for our mothers in our health facilities. And the other is limited exposure of staff to quality maternal and newborn health services. So when it comes to the HR factor, this is the challenge. The other is, in spite of the decline in maternal mortality and morbidity, the number of maternal deaths remain high. 412 per 100,000 is really high. High rate of adolescent pregnancy. So we should start working on adolescent girls' health, preconception care. This is the areas that we need to work on as a government. And preventable causes of maternal deaths are still not fully avoided. And this cases, bleeding or hemorrhage is the top killer of mothers in Ethiopia, and we should work on that. And there is obstetric labor and uterine rupture, prolonged labor is common, and CS service or C-section service is not, enough. The current figure is not enough in the country. We should work on that. And high prevalence of obstetric fistula is there, where there is still teenage pregnancy, and there's a lot to be done in this regard. So we need to create awareness in these areas too. So this is where this music video becomes really critical too. The other is geographic and economic disparities in the maternal morbidity ratios. That means some of our regions are still, you see disparities between the regions when you look at it from the equity lane. So we need to target the areas in the country, the regions and the districts in the country where there is high maternal and newborn mortality and act accordingly. So when we talk about the way forward, so the first line, as you can see, is demand creation. So even though we're striving as Ministry of Health to avail most of the basic services of maternal and newborn care in the country, one of the biggest challenges that we have is the community, the mothers are not coming to the facilities looking for the care. The community is not bringing their children to the facilities for CBNC, community-based newborn care, and community-based child care. So the community needs to know the importance of these services, and they should be able to come to our services. And we're also striving to create a community which demands immunization as their right, but still there is a gap there. So demand is a great challenge. The other is the quality and technical things, and I'm gonna pass this. So once again, I would like to thank our distinguished artist for getting involved into this health arena. Maternal and child health arena is a really great arena to contribute to. So welcome to the maternal and child and newborn health arena. We expect them to continue their contribution, and we expect everyone to continue your contribution. And I'm sure this music video, when it reaches the target groups, which is the community, it's gonna bring a lot of change. And change in public health perspective is like when one mother listens to this video, or when one husband listens to this music video, and when he brings his pregnant women to a health facility earlier, that means you have contributed to saving life of that newborn and that mother. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much to Dr. Abraham for his very, very thorough and very detailed and very important. It's an important presentation. We all need to understand what it is. And again, the call to the mothers, እናቶቻችን ኑልን፣ አትቅሩብን፣ ከወለዳችሁ በኋላም ቶሎ ተመለሱልን፣ ክትባታችሁንም በደንብ አድርጋችሁ ያስፈልጋል ብላችሁ እናንተ ራሳችሁ ጠይቁ ተብሏል። Demand is important, coming back is important, coming back early after birth is important. All of us can take this home. These are easy points to take home and multiply on every media, on every platform that we have. So now we're getting closer and closer to the launch of the music video. I'm sure all of you are super excited to hear about that. So to tell us a little bit more about it, we'll have Tommy T, musician, bassist, my friend from a very, very long time, and UNICEF National Ambassador, to tell us a little bit about Lib Yaleh, which is the song's title. So please welcome Tommy T to tell us a little bit about the song.
Thank you for coming out. I usually do better playing music, but I have to speak now, so I'll keep it short. First of all, I would like to thank the University of Alberta MNCH program for giving me this opportunity to get involved in this important project, and also UNICEF for supporting such a great cause, and for 65 plus years of service here in Ethiopia. So as artists, we know firsthand what it means to receive love and support from others. As a matter of fact, it is this love and support that would inspire us, enable us, motivate us to keep going and even flourish. I believe it's our responsibility to lend a hand, to lend our voice for those that are less fortunate. If we can entertain, we can also raise awareness and uplift our communities. This music video, this song, wouldn't have come to fruition if it wasn't for artists of many different disciplines coming together for the common good. Without further ado, I would like to introduce all the artists. I say the best artist Ethiopia has ever produced. I'm biased a little bit, but I hope you accept my apologies. First and most, music arranger, bass player, also my older brother, Henok Tamasgan. Please show your hands. Recording engineer and keyboardist Abagazu Shiota. He's not here, but we still clap for him. Drummer is Ashanafi Ali. Please show your hands. Guitar is Grum Mazmur. Oromifa lyrics and vocals, the amazing Tadela Gamachu. Amharic lyrics, melody, and vocalist, the incomparable Zeritu Kabede. And this amazing video was directed by the one and only Daniel Tamrat. Last but not least, I would like to thank all of you, government representatives, foreign dignitaries, health professionals, press and media, friends and family. I urge you to take this music, this song, and spread it wide and far. This is about our future, but we can do something about it right now. Thank you very much.
He said he does better playing bass, but I think that he was an excellent speaker. So thank you so much to Tommy T for your excellent remarks. At this point, we are now at the moment where we have to stop speaking and let the music video speak for itself. So whatever needs to happen for the music video to be seen, the lights being dimmed, the flashes being turned off, and all of those protocols, please go ahead and do them, and then we'll go ahead and enjoy the music video and talk to the artists after we see it. Thank you so much.
አይኑን ባይኑ ሊያይ ሊመለከተው ጓግቶ ነበረ ቸኩሎ የሰው
Awwiidhaan ture ilmoo argachuuf yaaliin geessine darbee dhalachuu
ቢጠባበቅም ምትኮራሹን ታቀፈ በድን ጨምሮ የሚስቱ
yoom milkaa'ee fi akka hawwisaa gaddadachaatiin dhabee maatiisaa
ጧላ ሳቅ እንዲሆንላት ተስፋ ነበራት ከመጧላ ሞት ስለሆነባት ሊሞተው ጓግቶ ነበረ ቸኩሎ የሰው
hawwiidhaan ture ilmoo argachuuf yaaliin geessine dhabee dhalachuu
ቢጠባበቅም ትኮራሹን ታቀፈ በድን ጨምሮ የሚስቱ
yoom milkaa'ee fi akka hawwiisaa gadda dachaatiin dhabee maatiisaa
ጧላ ሳቅ እንዲሆንላት ተስፋ ነበራት
እንግዲህ በድጋሚ እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ። ብዙን ነገር እህቴ ዘሪቱ በደንብ ገልጸዋለች። ብዙም ባልደግመው ጥሩ ነው። ግን ሲጀመር መጀመሪያ እዚህ ፕሮግራም ላይ የጋበዝኩት ወንድሜ ቶማስ ነው። ለዚህ የተቀደሰ ፕሮግራምና ዓላማ ላይ ስለጋበዝከኝ በጣም ነው የማመሰግነው። ነገሩን በነገረኝ ሰዓት ተከታትለን ባወራን ሰዓት ጉዳዩ ላይ ምንም ገብቶ ለመስራት ለአንድ ሰከንድ እንኳን አላሰብኩኝም። ግን ጥያቄ የሆነብኝ ነገር ከኔ ጋር ማን ነው የሚሰራው የሚል ጥያቄ ነው ያቀረብኩት። ከዛ ዘሪቱ ናት የስታይል ጉዳይ ነው ማለት እንዴት ሊሆን ይችላል የሚል ጥያቄ ነው ያቀረብኩት። እንዳይበል ግድ የለም እሱን ተወው። አንተ ልትሰራ ፈቃደኛ ከሆንክ የሙያውን ነገር ለእኛ ተወውና እኛ እንወጣው አለ። በሚገባ በጣም በሚያስገርም ሁኔታ ሄኖክም አበጋዙም ሁሉም ተባብሮ ተወጣውታልና አመስግኑልኝ ሁሉንም። ሌላው እንግዲህ መናገር የምፈልገው አጠር አድርጌ ብዙም እንትን አለልኝ። ይህን ነገር ስሰራው ፒክቸሩን አየው ነበር። በዚህ ነገር ላይ ትልቅ በተለይ በግጥምና በዜማው ላይ መመስገን ያለበት ሰው እህቴ ዘሪቱ ነች። ግጥሙንም ዜማውንም የሰራችው የኔ ድርሻ የሆነው ምንድነው? የእሷ የጻፈችውን ግጥም ዜማውን ስለወደድኩት እሷ የጻፈችውን ግጥም ሀሳቡን ወስጄ ያው ትራንስሌት እንደማድረግ ነው ተጠቀምኩት እንጂ ከውስጤ ምንም ያመነጨሁት ነገር የለም። ግን ለዚህ ለተቀደሰ ፕሮግራም ለእናቶችና ለልጆች ድምፅ መሆን ስለቻልኩ ደስታዬ እጥፍ ነው። አመሰግናለሁ። ከዚህ የተለየ ነገር ለመሆን አመሰግናለሁ።
እኛም በጣም እናመሰግናለን. Just to briefly translate a little bit of what he said, he also was very excited to have been part of this project. He didn't hesitate for a second to say yes when he was asked by Tommy D to join this project that would help mothers and children all around the country. His first question was who's going to be working with him, and when he's told that it was going to be Zaidu Kabeda, he was a little concerned because they're stylistically very far away from each other. But clearly, Thomas was very easy. He easily convinced them because he was like, we have some of the best people working on the musical production side, so we will make it work. And they clearly have made it work. Yes? Does it work stylistically? Can you let them know through some kind of applause? Thank you. He also would like to thank Zaritu very much because it was her lyrics and her words and her melody that was basically something that he then incorporated and translated into Oromifa. So he thanks her for her creative works. He's very, very grateful to be part of something that is so helpful to the women and children of the country. And he says thank you very much. So we thank you so much to Sadella as well. At this time, the floor is open for a little bit of reflection from your side or questions and thoughts from your side so that we can help make this a dialogue. ስለዚህ ከእናንተም በኩል ጥያቄ ወይም አስተያየት ወይም ሀሳብ ካላችሁ በዚህ ሰዓት ላይ ለእናንተም መድረኩን እንከፍትና በደንብ አውለብልቡልኝ መጥቼ ከነ ማይክሮፎኔ እንጠይቃለን፣ እንጠያየቃለን፣ እንመልሳለን። Any thoughts and comments? It could be about the music, it could be about the song, video, it could be about anything at all. I'm going to count to aunt. Who left? እዚህ ጋር አለ። እሺ እናቴ ናት። ስለዚህ ቶሎ ብዬ መድረስ አለብኝ። ትንሽ ወደዚህ መጥተሽ አንዴ ላስቸግርሽ from a visual perspective.
እሺ እንደምን አመሻችሁ። በጣም አመሰግናለሁ የጤና ጥበቃ ኃላፊዎች እዚህ ተገኝታችሁ ምክትል ሚኒስትራችን እና ሌሎች የመምሪያ ኃላፊዎች ይህንን ለህብረተሰቡ ለማካፈል መወሰኑን በማካፈላችሁ የእናቶችና ህፃናት ጤና አገልግሎት ጉዳይ በጣም ሴንሲቲቭ ልብ የሚነካ ነገ የማይባለት ጉዳይ ነው እና ያንንም አሁን በሁለቱ አርቲስቶች እና በሌሎቹም ደጋፊዎች ጭምር በደንብ ኤክስፕሬስድ ሆኗል። የኔ ጥያቄ ምንድነው? እርግጥ ሙዚቃ ክሪኤቲቭ አርትስ በጣም ፓወርፉል ቱል ነው ለማስተማሪያ በአግባቡ ከተጠቀምንበት እና ደግሞ በሚገባ በስፋት ከተጠቀምንበት። የእናቶችና ህፃናት ጤና አገልግሎት ፕሮግራም ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ሲቋቋም የዛሬ 40 ዓመት ገደማ እኔ ኃላፊ ሆኜ ነበረ ያንን ፕሮግራም ስመራ የነበረው እና አሁን ከዛ ሁሉ መንገድ አልፎ ብዙ ቦታ ደርሷል። ይሄ ትልቅ ሰክሰስ ነው ጤና ጥበቃ ሚኒስቴር ያካሄደው። ግን ያሁኑ ጥያቄ ይሄንን ፉል የሆነ ቱል እንዴት አድርገን ተጠቅመን ነው ህብረተሰቡ እንዲገባው፣ ህብረተሰቡ እንዲላበሰው፣ ህብረተሰቡ አዳምጦት ተቀስቅሶ የሚፈለገውን የባህሪ ለውጥ እንዲያደርግ ለማድረግ የሚቻለው። አሁን እንግዲህ ወደ ሚዲያው ጋር እንመጣለን። ወደ ተለያዩ በቀበሌ ደረጃ፣ በክፍለ ሀገር፣ በክልል ደረጃ እና በተለያዩ ደረጃዎች ያሉትን የመንግስት ተቋማት፣ የግል ተቋማት፣ የመንግስታዊ ያልሆኑ ተቋማት አብሮ ይሄንን ድምጽ ባንድ ላይ ኃይሉን ሁሉም ላይ እንዲያደርስ አብሮ መሰራት አለበት። ያንን እንዴት አድርገን ነው የምንሰራው? ያለው ምን ለማድረግ ያለው ስልት ምንድነው ነው ወይስ እንደማንኛውም ሙዚቃ ያል እንድናልፈው ነው? ምክንያቱም ይሄ መልእክት ዝም ብሎ መታለፍ የሌለበት መልእክት ነውና ጥያቄ ለጤና ጥበቃ ሚኒስቴር፣ በተለይ ለጤና ጥበቃ ሚኒስቴር ይሄንን እንዴት አድርገን ነው ህብረተሰቡ ጋር ሊደርስና ሊቀሰቅስ እንዲችል የሚያስደርግ የአሰራር ስልት ለመዘርጋት የታሰበው? ያ ካልሆነ ዝም ብሎ ይቀራል። ብዙ ነገር ቀርቷል። አሁን የእናቶች ሞት፣ የህፃናት ሞት እንቅልፍ የሚነሳ ነው። አውቀናል። ለውጥ ማድረግ እንችላለን ተግተን ብንሰራ። ስለዚህ አሁን ምንድነው ሜካኒዝሙ ነው? ዶክተር አብርሃም ራሱን እየነቀነቀ ነው። ክቡር ምክትል ሚኒስትራችን ራሷን እየነቀነ፣ ኃላፊነቱ ከባድ ነው። ግን አይኖ አስበውበታል፣ ተዘጋጅተውበታል። እኛም እንደ ህብረተሰብ አባል በዚህ አብረን ያንን ድምጽ ኢኮ እያደረግን ወደፊት እንዲሄድ ለማድረግ ዝግጁ ነን። ግን ከዚህ ከሶርሱ ለመስማት ስለፈለኩ ነው። አመሰግናለሁ።
እንግዲህ በእናቴ ያው በጣም የምኮራ ልጅ በመሆኔ እዚህ ጋር ያው ማሳወቅ አለብኝ in front of all the media. Very proud of my mother. She's one of the first founders of the maternal child health in in the Ministry of Health since about 40 years ago. So I think she deserves another round of applause for being one of the founders of maternal health. Ever since I was a child, I've heard maternal health acronyms. So I want to thank her for that. To again briefly summarize what her question is this is a very important task. Art is a very powerful tool. However, how are we, as also the Ministry of Health, what is the strategy of making sure that this song does not just remain a song amongst 1,000 million songs, but one that is truly supported, one that is reaching all of the airwaves, not just some of the time when the radio DJs feel like it, but all of the time as a strategic tool to actually raise awareness? What is a way that it can be done? Because many different songs or stories or whatever it might be have been produced but maybe have not been able to reach their full potential. So how can we get this song, this music video, this powerful tool to reach that level of potential is the question. ማን ነው መመለስ የሚፈልገው? እሺ ዶክተር ሳህላ።
ቴንክ ዩ አመሰግናለሁ። በዚህ አጋጣሚ ከዛሬ 40 ዓመት በፊት ጤና ሚኒስቴር ውስጥ ስለነበሩ ያኔው ጤና ጥበቃ የዛሬ ጤና ሚኒስቴር በደጋሚ ስላገኘሁት እጅግ ደስ ብሎኛል ማለት ነው። ቢያንስ ሴክተሩን የሚያቅሰው አለ። ስለዚህ ቻሌንጁንም የድሮውንም ያውቁታል ብዬ አስባለሁ። ነገር ግን ወደ ዛሬው ቲፒካል በተለይ ስፔሲፊካል ጥያቄ ስመጣ እንግዲህ በዋናነት እዚህ ቤት ያለው ሁሉ ኃላፊነት አለበት ብዬ አስባለሁ። በእኛ ብቻ የሚሰራ ስራ አይደለም። የሁሉም የህብረተሰብ ክፍሎች አስተዋጽኦ ነው። ቅድም ቶሚ እንግዲህ አርቲስት አንቱ የለውምና ቶሚ ብል ይፈቀድልኝ። ቶሚ ቅድም ሲል እንደነበረው ሼር ብሏል። ግን አንደኛው ስትራቴጂያችን ምንድነው? በተለይ ሎካል ኤሪያ ላይ ሎካል ሚዲያዎቻችን ምንድናቸው የሚለው ለዛም ነው በሁለት ቋንቋም እንዲተረጎም የተፈለገው። ምክንያቱም ማጆሪቲ ኦፍ ዘ ፖፑሌሽን የሚናገሩት አማርኛ ነው። ሌላው ደግሞ ኦሮምኛ ብዙ ተናጋሪ ያለበት አካባቢ ነው። ስለዚህ እነዚህን ሁለት ቋንቋዎች ተጠቅመን በተለይ ደግሞ ወደ ሌሎቹ ቋንቋዎችም ለመተርጎም እንዲሁም ሰፋ ያለ ስራም ለመስራት እናስባለን። ግን ትልቁ አስተዋጽኦ ያደርጋል ብለን እኛ የምናስበው ሚዲያ ነው። ስለዚህ የሚዲያ ሮል ቴሌቪዥን ላይ ሆን ይችላል። የገጠሪቷ ኢትዮጵያ በተለይ የሬዲዮ ስርጭት ያለባቸው አካባቢዎች ላይ በዛ እንዲተላለፍ ማድረግ። ሌላው ደግሞ የጤና ትምህርት ወይም ደግሞ ሄልዝ ኤዱኬሽን የምንለው በጤና ኤክስቴንሽን ሰራተኞቻችን በዚህ አጋጣሚ ለነሱም ጥሪ ማስተላለፍ እፈልጋለሁ። በእነሱም አካባቢ ይህንን ሙዚቃ በተለይ ሙዚቃ እንዲሆን የተፈለገበት ዋናው ነገር አንደኛ ኢዚ ቱ ካች ነው፣ ፕላስ እንደ ኢንጆይመንትም እየተጠቀምንበት ነው። እኔ የሙዚቃ አድናቂ ነኝ በዚህ አጋጣሚ፣ ለዛ ነው በሙዚቃ ነገር ይገባኛል። አይ ዶንት ኖ አላቅም፣ ብዙ ጊዜ ቶሎ ሴንስ ለማድረግ ሙዚቃን ስሰማ ማለት የፈለገው ነገር ይገባኛል። እና ህብረተሰባችንም አሁን ካለው በተለይ ተጨባጭ ሁኔታ ሙዚቃ ሲሆንና ቀኑን ሙሉ በስብሰባ ስናጨናንቀው ከምንውል ሙዚቃው ኢዚ ከቺ ነው ብዬ ነው የማስበውና ለዛም ጭምር ነው። ግን ዋናው ስትራቴጂ በተለይ የጤና ኤክስቴንሽን ፕሮግራሞቻችንን በተለያዩ የኤሌክትሮኒክ የሰርቪስ አሰጣጦችን ስኬል አፕ እያደረግን ነው። በእነሱም ተጠቅመን ታች ያለውን ማህበረሰብ ደግሞ በተለይ በሎካል የሚዲያ ስርጭት በኩል ተጠቅመን ለማሰራጨት ነው እኛ የምናስበው። ግን የእኛ ብቻ ስራ አይደለም፣ ፓርትነሮቻችን አሉ፣ ሙዚቀኞቻችንም አሉ፣ አርቲስቶቻችን። ስለዚህ እዚህ ቤት ያለውም ሰው በሙሉ ይሄንን ኢንተርቴይንመንት በዚህ አጋጣሚ ሼር የተባለው እኔም ሼር ማረጋው ነው። ስለዚህ ሁላችንም በዚህ አጋጣሚ የድርሻችንን እንድንወጣ ጥሬን ማቅረብ ፈልጋለሁ። በተለይ የቴሌቪዥን የሚዲያ አካላትም እዚህ ያላችሁና በዚህ አጋጣሚ በተለያዩ የመዝናኛ ፕሮግራሞቻችን ከእናት በላይ ከልጅ በላይ ህይወት የለም። ስለዚህ ሁላችንም የተፈጠርነው እናት ወልዳን ነው፣ ልጅ ሆነን ነው ሁላችንም ያለፍነውና የልጆች ጤና የእናቶች ጤና ሊያሳስበን ይገባልና በዚህ አጋጣሚ ለእናንተም ጥሬን ማስተላለፍ ፈልጋለሁ። እኛ የገዛናቸው የአየር ሰዓቶች አሉ ከአፍሪ ሄልዝ እና ከኢትዮጵያ ብሮድካስቲንግ ኮርፖሬሽን ጋር። በእነሱም እንግዲህ በቀጣይ ኮንቲኒዩስ የማስተዋወቁን ስራ እየሰራን ህብረተሰቡ ጋር በተለይ ተደራሽ የማድረጉን ነገር እንገፋበታለን። ግን አንዱ ስትራቴጂ ህብረተሰቡ ጋር ለመድረስ እንግዲህ እያንዳንዱ በር ለመድረስ ያው 40 ሺህ የሚሆኑ ኤክስቴንሽን ወርከሮች አሉንና እነሱን ተጠቅመን የሚዲያ አካላትን ተጠቅመን ለማስተላለፍ ነው ትልቁ ሚና ያለውና እጅግ አድርጌ አመሰግናለሁ ለነበራችሁ ተሳትፎ። በዚህ አጋጣሚ ሙዚቃውን ቢሮ ሆኜ አላሰማም ብለውኝ ነበረ፣ ከልክለውኝ ነበር፣ ሂጂ እዛ ትሰሚዋለሽ ብለውኝ ነበርና ስሰማው ግን እውነት ልብ የሚነካ ነው። በዚህ አጋጣሚ ሁሉንም እዚህ ላይ ለተሳተፉት አርቲስቶችም ጭምር ከልብ ማመስገን እፈልጋለሁ። እግዚአብሔር ያክብርልኝ ማለት ነው የምፈልገው። ትልቅ የተፈጥሮ ወይም ደግሞ ሂውማን ቢንግ የምንለውን ከውስጥ የሚነካካ የሚኮረኩር ነገር ስለሆነ እጅግ አድርጌ አመሰግናለሁ። በትንሹም ቢሆን ጥያቄዎትን መልሻለሁ ብዬ አስባለሁ፣ ከትልቅ አክብሬታ ጋር ማለት ነው። አመሰግናለሁ።
እሺ፣ ሌላም ጥያቄ አለ። ስለዚህ እንደ ላስቸግር ከይቅርታ ጋር ወደዚህ እንዲመጡልን ለቪዲዮ።
እሺ፣ አመሰግናለሁኝ። ሲኒየር ሚድዋይፍ ነኝ እና አሁን እንደተናገርሽው እህቴ ከሚኒስትር ኦፍ ሄልዝ መሰራት ያለበትን ምን ላይ መስራት እንዳለባችሁ እንትን ብላችኋል። ዋት አባውት ሚድዋይፍሪ ላይ እናቶችን የሚያዋልዱት ሚድዋይፎች ላይ ከቤዙ ማለት ነው እንደ ጤና ጥበቃ ምን ሊሰራ ታስቧል? ትምህርት ቤቶች ላይ መምህራኖች ላይ ፊውቸር ፕላናችሁ ምንድን ነው? ያንን እጅግ በጣም ማወቅ እፈልጋለሁ እና ያንን ብትመልሽልኝ በጣም ደስ ይለኛል።
The question is on midwifery. Midwives are at the forefront of the struggle against maternal death and newborn and neonatal death. So what is the plan in developing more midwives in Ethiopia? ሌላም ጥያቄ አለ? መልስ አለ። This is lovely. This is experts in the audience.
በጣም አመሰግናለሁ። እኔ ሚድዋይፍ ስለሆንኩና የምሰራው ጤና ጥበቃ ነው። የሚድዋይፍሪ ኤዱኬሽን ኮኦርዲኔተር ነኝና የተጠየቀው ጥያቄ በቀጥታ እኔን ስለሚመለከት ወይዘሮ ሳልል ልደግፍሽ ብዬ ነው። በቅድሚያ ይሄ ፕሮጀክት እና አሁን የምናየው ዘፈን ልበለው መዝሙር ልበለው ምን ልበለው አርቲስቶች ምክንያቱም ስሜት የሚነካ ነው እና ስንጀምረው ጤና ጥበቃ ነው። ፕሮፌሰር ሮጀርስ ያውቀዋል ስቶሪውን። ከ5 ዓመት በፊት አብሮ ጤና ጥበቃ በሚድዋይፍሪ ዲፓርትመንት ወይም ሚድፍሪ ኤዱኬሽን ፕሮግራም ጋር ሂውማን ሪሶርስ ዳይሬክቶሬት ውስጥ ነው በጋራ አብረን እየሰራን ይሄ ነገር የተጀመረው። ስለዚህ እናውቀዋለን የሙዚቃውን፣ የመዝሙሩን፣ የስራችሁን ውጤት። ባክ ኤንድ ፎርዝ የነበረው እኛ ነን ተጠያቂዎች ስንመልሰው ነበረ። ይሄ ነገር እንደገና ይካተት፣ የገጠር ሴቶችን ይንካ፣ በቋንቋ በሁለት ይሁን፣ እንደውም 3 እንግሊዘኛም ቢጨመር። ፕሮፌሰር ጆርጅ እዚህ ስላለ እሱም ያውቀዋል። ሌሎቹም እዚህ ያሉ 2 ሚድዋይፎች አሉ። እዚህ ፓርቲሲፔት እናደርግ ነበር። በኤዱኬሽን ላይ ግን ሚድፍሪ ኤዱኬሽን ላይ ጤና ጥበቃ ከፍተኛ ስራ የሰራበት ነው። ጓደኛዬ ሚድዋይፍ አሰገደች እንዳነሳችው ምንድን ነው መስራት ያለብን ሲባል ከዚህ በፊት ከ2011 አካባቢ በአገራችን 250 ብቻ ሚድዋይፎች ነበሩ። 250 ካን ኢማጂን ለስንት ሚሊየን ህዝብ ጤና ጥበቃ የተራው ስላ ትልቁ ምንድነው? በመጀመሪያ በአክሰለሬትድ ፕሮግራም ከዛ ተነስቶ ከ250 በ2014 እና 15 ላይ 9800 ሚድዋይፎች በስልጠናው ላይ ከፍተኛ አስተዋጽኦ አድርጓል። ጤና ጥበቃ ስልጠናውን መስጠት ብቻ አይደለም፣ ኳሊቲያቸው የተጠበቀ እንዲሆን ደግሞ የተለያዩ የሙያ ላይ የስራ ላይ ስልጠናዎች ተሰጥተዋል። አንዱም የነ ፕሮፌሰር ሮጀርስ የኢትዮ ካናዳ ቲም መምህራኖቻችንን ሲያሰለጥልልን ነበር። ቅድም ሰምታችኋል። ይሄም የተደረገው ከጤና ጥበቃ ጋር በጋራ በመሆን ነው። አሁንም ስልጠናውን በመቀጠል ለማስተርስ ፕሮግራም፣ ለፒኤችዲ ፕሮግራም ጤና ጥበቃ ሳፖርት ያደርጋል። እርግጠኛ ነኝ የጓደኛዬ ጥያቄ ግን ኳሊቲው ምን ያህል ነው? እርግጥ አሁን ያሉት ሚድዋይፎች እንደምናስበው ኮምፓሽኔት ናቸው ወይ? ችሎታቸውስ ምን ያንድን ነው? በዚህ በኩል ምን እየተደረገ ነው የሚል ነውና አሁንም ብዙ ልንሰራው የሚገባ ስራ አለ። በጣም ብዙ። በአሁን ሰዓት 12,000 የሚሆኑ ሚድዋይፎች ሀገራችን ላይ ስራ ላይ አሉ። ትምህርት ቤቶች 33 ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች ሚድፍሪ ያሰለጥናሉ። ሄልት ሳይንስ ኮሌጆች 20 ሄልት ሳይንስ ኮሌጆች በዲፕሎማ ደረጃ ሚድዋይፎች ያሰለጥናሉ። ቶታሊ ወደ 48 ሂሳብ ቁጥር ተሳሳትኩኝ 58 ቶታሊ እንደዚህ የሚያክል ኮሌጆችና ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች ሚድፍሪ ስልጠና ይሰጣሉ። ዘ ፕሮብሌም ኳሊቲው ላይ ነውና ትልቁ የሚያሳስበን አሁን በሁሉም በኩል ያለው ውድቀት የኳሊቲ የጤና ኳሊቲ እድገት ነው። ስለዚህ ውድቀት ነው፣ እሱን መስራት አለብን ጠንክረን። በተለይ እንደነዚህ ያሉ ሲኒየር ሚድዋይፎችን በመያዝ ልንሰራ ዝግጅት ላይ ነን። የተለያዩ ፕሮጀክቶች አሉን። ስለዚህ ጤና ጥበቃ ሚድፍሪ ላይ እየሰራ ነው። በእኔ እድሜ 3017 እናቶች ሬጅስተር ያደረኳቸውን አዋልጃለሁ። በእኔ እድሜ ኢንክሉዲንግ ማይ ግራንድ ችልድረን 2 የልጅ ልጆችን እኔ በእጄ አዋልጃለሁ። ልጄም አርቲስት ነው፣ ነብዩ ዋዬ ይባላል። ታውቁት እንደሆነ የእሱን 2 ልጆችን ያዋልጃለሁ። ይሄን ማለት የፈለኩበት ትልቁ ነገር ምንድነው? አብረን ይሄንን ሙዚቃውንም ስራውንም ከምንሰራው ጋር አብረን እየሄድን ማስፋት አለብን። የሚድዋይፈሪ አሶሲዬሽን ኤክስ ቫይስ ፕሬዚዳንት ነበርኩና ይሄ ሙዚቃ ደግሞ ወደ 60 ሚሊዮን የሚሆን ህዝብ እንዲያዳምጠው ቅድም ፕሮፌሰር ተናግሮታል። አድቮካሲ እንሰራለን በትምህርትም በአገልግሎትም ላይ። ስለዚህ ብዙ አወራው መሰል፣ በጣም ይቅርታ።
በጣም እናመሰግናለን። የነብዩ እናት ብለን እዚጋም ሰላም እንበል። Thank you so much. በጣም that was a question on midwives answered by our midwives. ስለዚህ እዛው በዛው ተጠናቋል. But it's a very important point that there are very many very highly experienced that have a long institutional memory type of individuals amongst us. ጤና ጥበቃ እነኚህ ሰዎች በደንብ አድርጋችሁ ተጠቀሙባቸው። እንደዚህ አይነት ረጅም እውቀት ያላቸውን ሰዎች አጠገባችሁ አቅርቧቸው። UNICEF as well, use all these people that have all this knowledge, keep them close and make sure that they're doing everything that they can because they want to give their knowledge. They want to. ስለዚህ that's what I would like to say. And I think now kind of wrapping up on all things question and answer. And we would like now for everybody who is here to come together for a group photo. ስለዚህ can I have all of our artists, our Ministry of Health professionals, our UNICEF professionals, and the professor from Canada to come for the group photo. እሺ ሁላችሁም በጣም እናመሰግናለን። Thank you again. ሁላችሁም ስለመጣችሁ እጅግ በጣም እናመሰግናለን. Thank you so much for coming, for being with us, for being part of this exciting journey. You know what to do. Share. በደንብ አድርጋችሁ on your social media, on your Twitter, on your Instagram. Please eat the food, please drink the drinks, please enjoy yourselves, network amongst yourselves, get to know each other. And again, thank you. One big round of applause for this whole wonderful day. Yes, namaste. Thank you.